Okay, so I'm just recording this now. I'm recording this after I've actually recorded everything, but I'm just gonna say, as a disclaimer, I am gonna be talking about death a little bit, and if you are squeamish about that stuff, go elsewhere. I'm going to be talking about updates on everything art-wise, where I am in life, and super awesome plans that are to come, and a little bit about future videos and whatnot. So if you are interested in all that stuff, stay tuned, stick around, and yeah.
No. You're too talented.
Hey! I can look so ridiculous when I want to, and it makes me happy. Hey guys! Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. I'm very sorry. It has been a while since I posted anything. We had to go back to Alberta, which is another province if you guys don't know. So I had to go back there because my brother's been sick for a long time and wanted to spend some time with him. And anyways, I'll talk about that later, but basically it's been about 4 weeks since I've recorded anything, and it's just I've been too busy to do anything really. So yeah, mostly I've been too busy to record anything at all. The whole time I was there, I think I was there for about 3 weeks, I was just busy the entire time. My little brother, he's been sick for about 2 years now. He was diagnosed with DIPG, which is a type of brain tumor, which is inoperable and it's horrible, and it normally arises in like children to teenagers. And what it is it is a tumor that has tentacles, and it basically wraps itself around the center of your brain, like where the stem is. It goes around the pons. And so yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was really hard for me to be in another province the whole time he was sick, and we came back multiple times and to see him and everything. DIPG is it slowly takes away one thing at a time. By the time he started losing his hearing, his eyesight was starting to go slowly after that. So we went and wanted to be with him just in case the worst happened or the best. I just wanted to be there to help because my grandma was there helping my mom, and she got shingles from stress, so she had to leave. So Lopi and I got there just in time because like a couple days after we had gotten there, he stopped being able to walk. It got pretty crazy. My mom was having to carry him around everywhere. He was very stubborn, didn't really want to use the wheelchair whenever he left, but he did still want to leave to go places because he wanted to do something. Like, he couldn't watch TV anymore because he couldn't hear or see. He couldn't play his games anymore. He'd get frustrated. So all he could really do was go out and buy things, and it's really unfortunate because there's not a whole lot of stuff to do in the city that he's at. It's like very big on kind of consumerism, so there's just stores everywhere. So all he really wanted to do was go and buy stuff, and he would have like money gifted to him and everything so that he could go out and like buy things. And he decided when he was getting really sick that he wanted a waterproof camera because he really liked swimming, but we didn't, like, it seemed pointless for him to get it at the time because he couldn't really swim or do anything. So he would, since his brain was affected by the tumor, he'd throw like tantrums and everything. He's like 14 years old, so a tantrum was kind of strange, and he'd get mad if anyone was like staring at him and everything. And eventually he couldn't come down from upstairs, so him and Mom were up there all the time. Eventually we had to put him on morphine because he started convulsing all the time. So he was like fighting with his arms and freaking out and picking at himself and kind of just, he would drift in and out of consciousness. He'd be like irritated and constantly moving. My mom was up all night and all day for multiple days watching him, and she'd nod off and come back and he'd be kicking her or elbowing her or something or smacking her in the face, and he doesn't know because he's just trying to gain control of his limbs. So it was strange. And then my mom got sick, and it was on the cusp of turning into pneumonia. So I eventually was taking care of both of them. So she would be like trying to feed him, and it was just difficult. And I think there needs to be more awareness about DIPG, because it's beyond any other type of tumor cancer that I've heard of, because first of all, it's usually affecting children, and second of all, it slowly takes one thing away from you at a time while your brain is still trying to like fight for something, like fight to use that thing that you had, and you just kind of like drift in and out of this consciousness. It seems like eventually he was just sitting there and he'd be like scrolling on his phone and his phone isn't there. He'd be like moving around and then he'd stop and he'd start talking to someone in the corner of the room, like, oh hi, oh okay, yeah, and you're just watching him, and then he'd drift into consciousness and he'd look at you for a split second, and because his brain is so strange, sometimes he'd say like, I hate you, like you're horrible, you never knew me, or whatever. And then another time he'd be like fully conscious and he'd be like, I'm really hungry, like I need something to eat, and he'll say like, I want pudding. So you run downstairs, grab pudding, run back upstairs, and then he's not conscious anymore. So you have to try and feed him, but then by that time he forgets he asked for food and he can't feel his face, so he's freaking out like, what are you doing? What are you putting in my face? So it's kind of like, I don't know, every minute for the first week that we were there was just like a struggle, and he was struggling more than everyone. And it was just like everything on his body was just starting to become affected. Like he got nosebleeds all the time. He had to change his bedding multiple times a day, and there was one time he got a nosebleed, and my mom's back was hurting so bad from carrying him around, so my boyfriend was behind my mom with a pillow, and she was holding Jaden up, my brother, and she was holding like a Kleenex under his nose, and I was holding this part of his nose and trying to hold Mom up, and then Jaden's dad was like holding a garbage bin underneath Jaden so that the blood could just like stream down into the bucket, because there was so much of it. He kept getting like blood clots and everything, and started chewing on his face. Like his one eye didn't close eventually, so it started just like bleeding. It was just so bad, and eventually his struggling just became too much that we had to use like calming drugs and meds, and we had to have an IV, and he didn't like that. He tried ripping it out. He was stubborn. He didn't want to go to the hospital, which I can understand. I wouldn't want to go to the hospital either. So there was nurses that came in, and they were so nice, and they helped all the time. And he eventually was calm. Like he would actually sleep, which he hadn't really slept for days. So eventually he would sleep and he was calm, and there was family around all the time. Like my uncle came around, and my mom's friends and friends of the family were always around. Yeah, it was Friday. I can't remember which day exactly. Everyone else showed up, like his dad's side of the family showed up, and it seemed like everyone was there. And I heard my mom crying, and she came down the stairs, and everyone was just panicking, and he passed away. And it's crazy because he waited for everyone to be there. And it was very strange, I'm not gonna lie. I've never experienced death personally. I've never experienced anyone like close to me passing away. And it was hard. Like, I mean, we expected it, but we didn't want it to happen. We tried everything from hyperbolic therapy to like organic to no sugar, and like Reiki, like radiation, everything. We tried it. Well, mom tried it. So it was like we expected it, but it wasn't a huge shock. But I think the biggest thing for me was seeing everyone else cry about it. I couldn't cry. I don't know why. I had a really hard time crying about it, and I still can't make the connection in my head that he's gone. And I looked that up, and I think that's just something that the brain does to protect you from being sad. So that's kind of where I am. I don't feel like he's gone. I cried a little bit, and that was only when a couple hours after he passed away. His dad had to lift him up, and his body was kind of, I don't know if it's too like gory to talk about, but he was stiff, and all of the color was out of his face and his lips, and he started turning purple in places, and that's when I was like, well, that's not Jaden anymore. Like, something isn't right. But even still, I can't fully make the connection. So even during the funeral, or his celebration of life, it was more a celebration than anything. But even during that, I couldn't, like, there's people hugging me and everything and saying like, oh, I'm so sorry, and they seemed so like sympathetic and everything, but I couldn't, I don't know, I can't make the connection. He's still here to me, and maybe he is still here. I went swimming yesterday, and he loved swimming. He was one of the only people who I felt like loved swimming as much as I do. It's like a spiritual thing almost, and I felt like he was there with me, so that was awesome. But yeah, so that is an explanation of what I've been doing for the past 3 weeks. That's my update. That's my personal update. I want to keep you guys in the loop about everything. I want to do like maybe weekly blogs, maybe eventually even daily blogs, we'll see. But yeah, so that's that stuff. There were so many people that were bringing over food, and I think at one point there were about 20 family members sleeping at the house, because everyone came from like BC and Alberta and everything, so there was a bunch of people in the house, and it was awesome. My cousins came over the night of the celebration. We had a bunch of drinks and played sociables and just kind of walked to the park and talked. I missed them, so it was nice. All my cousins are about my age, so it was pretty awesome. And I gained like 10 pounds because everyone was bringing in food, and I absolutely detest wasting anything. Like, I hate throwing out anything, especially if it's food, and especially if it's meat. It pisses me off so much. So I was trying, like, I like eating a vegetarian diet unless it is rude to request like things from people. Like, I don't know, I just try and do what's convenient, but at the same time I want to try and not eat meat or even like dairy if I can. So there was a lot of meat, I'm just gonna say, and I felt a little bit sick, but I didn't want meat to go to waste. It's like killing an animal and putting pollution into the environment for no freaking reason at all, so it drives me insane. So I was trying to like eat all these sandwiches and stuff, and a bunch of stuff got thrown out anyways, despite my efforts. But I'm not gonna eat meat for a very long time now. So yeah, that was that. It was good seeing everyone. It was nice, and Jaden will be missed. He was a hilarious kid, and he was very smart, and he was a little redhead, so he was very passionate, and he was an amazing gamer. He was just an awesome person. I won't be able to play games with him anymore. I won't see him again. But I'm 100% confident that he's going to be present in all of our lives. So, I'm actually not crying, but I have to sneeze. See, I can't freaking cry about it at all. I'm definitely going to miss him, though. I think we had we had like a 10 years difference on us, so I was kind of like a second mom. Like, I babysat them a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, my siblings were absolutely atrocious to grow up with. But as they got older, they kind of became really cool people, and I'm sad I won't get to know who he becomes. I won't get to know him better. Mom got to know him really good. I'm sad I didn't get to because I was here, but I couldn't be there because I can't meld well with the culture in that province. It's very oil fieldish, and this is my home, and it hurts me to be away, so I couldn't be there. And I'm trying not to regret not being there, but I think I'll be fine with it eventually. Anyways, before it gets too scabby, I wanted to show you guys. I got a tattoo for Jaden, and it's I don't know if you can see that. It's starting to get kind of scabby, so. But for those of you who don't know, it's called a Paopu fruit, and it's from Kingdom Hearts, which is an awesome game, and it's basically combines the creators of Final Fantasy and Disney, and it's freaking awesome. You get to go to all these different worlds in the Disney universe, and it's just the coolest freaking thing ever. And it was one of the first games I got really, really into, aside from Final Fantasy X. And around the time that I got really into it, Jaden would watch me play it. So, and he was really young by that time when it came out. So he kind of grew up with that game, and he's played it multiple times, and I played it multiple times, and I don't know, it's just something that we kind of are both tied to. And anyways, this particular fruit in the game, they talk about it in the beginning of the game, and it's kind of like a symbolism thing. If you split it in half, that's why mine's cut in half, if you share it with someone, your destinies become intertwined. And I thought that his passing, he's still here, and I feel it. Like, I don't feel like he's gone, so I don't know, I feel like he's just become all of us, so our destinies have literally become intertwined. And yeah, and then I just got his name up top. And the artist who did it, her name is Michelle Gray, and I'll put a link to her Instagram on the description below. And at the same time I got this, I also got my hand tattoo finally, woo! So I'm gonna have to build on that really quick because it's just kind of the only things I got on that arm are down there, so it looks a little bit strange, but I don't care. That's pretty much all that happened in the past 3 weeks. I accepted some tattoo commissions, and I'm really stoked at all of them. I announced that I would be doing commissions for the first time in a long time before I left, and I got a bunch of emails from you guys, and I accepted 5 or 6 commissions, and I have 2 left to do because I didn't have time to do them all when I was there. So I have 2 left to do. Oops. And I'm going to be finishing those up here soon, and I might take a couple more commissions, we'll see. I have some big expenses that we've been needing to make. One being our mattress is horrible, so we're gonna try and get one of those Casper mattresses and see how that works out. So yeah, that's a big investment, and we'll see how much that will put us back. We're splitting it, so it'll be like 500 and something for us each. Yeah, that's gonna be a hella investment, so I'm gonna need a little bit of income coming in. But aside from that, yeah. I'm opening my store again. Baby girl. Hi, baby girl. Correction. I have opened my store again. Look at your tail. What are you doing? You're so cute. I miss the babies so much. We had to get Lopi's sister to watch them. But yeah. Here's my outfit today. I gained a little bit back, so I'm gonna have to get back into exercising. I'm not too concerned actually about losing weight particularly, but I do want to be in shape, and I feel like my joints crack a lot and I feel unhealthy when I'm not lighter because my joints are so freaking bad, and I feel like any extra weight is putting a lot of pressure on them. But yeah, look at how freaking grown out my legs are now. It's insane. It's actually insane. Everyone had to like talk to me about it when I was there. It was like this hot topic. And also armpit hair on point. Yeah. It's not focusing. You get the gist. But yeah. I have decided that I completely don't care about growing my hair out now, and it's awesome because I absolutely hate shaving. That's just more time that I could be doing important things. So yes, and we have a bunch of stuff to unpack. I already unpacked a lot of it. Yeah, we left, so our oregano plant died, our strawberry plant died, which sucks because I bought that thing there from IKEA to put a bunch of our herbs and strawberries and stuff in. It doesn't look like it gets a lot of sunlight right now, but when the sun comes in the window, it gets tons of light. So we came home and Sarah was watching the babies, so she was staying here for a bit, and she left behind that beautiful freaking amazing plant, and she also left this. And I like came into the office area and it was just like sitting in the middle of my desk, all open and beautiful and pretty like that, and I almost died. It was amazing. I asked her to buy some gouache things for me, and I think I asked her for like 4 or 5, and I told her like, yeah, I'll pay you back and everything, because there was an art fair. So she said like, you should wait for the art fair because things are probably gonna be cheaper, there's gonna be deals on stuff. And she got me all of this amazing freaking stuff, and I'm losing my mind right now because I've wanted to try gouache for so long now. Like I have a feeling that it is my soulmate medium from what I've read and what I've heard and what I've seen. So I am so excited to try all of it. I am losing my mind. And she also gave me some extra stuff, which I think is probably from the fair, so I'm excited about that. So I got like a little sketchbook, and I really needed another one of these erasers, the moldable erasers, and this paintbrush also definitely needed another one, and I'm thinking that's probably for the gouache. And then she got me some other weird things, like a watercolor marker and a couple of other markers that I'm going to probably use the crap out of, and I think watercolor pencils, charcoal. And she also got me some more inserts to put in my, to flat pack my artwork when I send it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. And also, before I forget, this amazing artist drew me one of my unicorn girls, but she did like her own kind of rendition of it. I'm just gonna take it off and show you guys over here. So yeah, it's inside of packaging right now. I don't want to take it out because I don't want to ruin it. But she did it on this paper that has this amazing like detailing to it. I thought that was the coolest freaking idea. I really want to try it. But yeah, super awesome. And I love it so much. And I'll put a link to her Instagram below, and she sent me like an adorable little message, and she also sent me it in like the cutest packaging, and like she's just awesome. I'm so grateful to have received it, and like I love when you guys do fan art. It is the sweetest thing ever. Like you guys have been doing drawings of me and stuff, and I don't even know what to say. It's the sweetest, like, it's just, there's no words. There's no words. Lopi's coding. Anyways, also, when I was gone, excuse me, getting over a cold, I got the cold that my mom got, and then I passed it on to my sister, my cousin, and Lopi. Anyways, so yeah, when I was gone, I also got a selenite wand, or selenite. I don't know how to say it. I'm gonna look up how to say it properly. So yeah, I got that, and I also got a bunch of other minerals. So I got atlantisite and black tourmaline, which I'm really freaking stoked about, and some other little bits. I went to an antique mall and I got these old perfume bottles, and I got an old elixir bottle, which is pretty sweet. It's let's see if I can actually focus in on it here. So yeah, this one's really cool. It's like the tree of life, and my aunt explained to me what it was used for back in Paris, so I'm gonna do some more research on that because I'm kind of interested in it. And I got this guy here, which I bought a candle for. I'm gonna put inside, and I got a key up there, and I also got a bunch of really pretty old vintage photographs, which I'm gonna go find right now. Alright, so here are some of the photographs that I got from the antique mall. There's just a huge box full of this one photographer's photographs throughout his life, and I thought they were the most beautiful things ever. So I got a couple of photos that he'd taken, what looks like from a boat, of different houses, castles, and such. And then I got one that he'd taken from a ship, or of a ship. I think he's on the ship. And I just thought the composition and everything of it was amazing, so I took that. And then this is of a city, and I don't know which city it is in particular. Let me just zoom in. Let me know if you guys know what this is. It's kind of hard to see because there's parts that are faded out, right? But that building looks to be the only one that's somewhat distinguishable. Anyhow, I thought that picture was awesome. And then this one is my favorite. And this one is, it's like a bunch of doctors and nurses operating on someone. And I thought that was amazing. Like, when do you get a shot like that? That's just wicked. And I thought it was nice and spooky, so I took that to, the guy is an amazing photographer. I mean, like, square pictures like that are so beautiful. And that's one of the reasons why I really like Instagram. I feel like a square photo is so nice. Oh yeah, and here's some pictures of Jaden that I took with me. There's him after he was taking the steroids from his radiation, and so he gained a lot of weight, but he looked so adorable anyways. We didn't realize till after all the bad things that came with radiation. I think if we could do it again, we wouldn't have done it, because in all honesty, it was the other things that we tried that we think actually made him live longer. There's him and my little sister. There's my sister. You guys saw her. And then the rest, I think, is just other random photos. So yeah, and I kind of wanted to show you guys a couple of the tattoos that I did while I was gone. So yeah, this is just two of them that I did. So this one is a commission of a unicorn. She wanted a unicorn that was covered in like jewels, and she wanted crystals all around and flowers, so that's how it turned out. It was really fun, and my favorite part is the ears. But I saw on Instagram that someone actually copied a lot of what I did here, like with the ears and everything. I was kind of bummed out, and it's like she's like a fairly good artist too, but it looks like she copied a bunch of the stuff that I did, and it really drives me crazy because it's like they take credit for everything that I had thought up, like different ways that I've done things. And it kind of makes me sad because I feel like my ideas were stolen and the thing that made me unique has been kind of taken from me. It makes me sad. Yeah, I don't know how to approach those people and say like, hey, you kind of copied what I did and it makes me sad, and I don't know, I don't like confrontation, so I don't know. Anyways, and this person wanted me to draw a Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle, but she said she wanted him drawn like how he is in the book, or on the book cover. And I didn't know that Howl's Moving Castle, the Ghibli or Ghibli film, however you want to say it, was made from a book. But a lot of their movies are actually made from books. And I was like, oh my freaking god, I love that movie, so I need to look into this. And so I went out, kind of splurged a little, bought an e-reader. I've wanted one for years, so I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And I bought the entire series of the Howl's Moving Castle stuffs, and there's like 3 books. I'm not even through the first one, and I've been reading it every night, but I can only read a few pages until I fall asleep again, so. But it's been amazing. If you guys liked Howl's Moving Castle, the movie, you definitely would love the book, that's for sure. It's amazing. So I'm just gonna think here for a sec. I think that's pretty much everything. There's big changes that are happening with our lives now, and there's lots of stuff that's gonna be picking up again. I'm so happy to be back here. You guys don't even know. Like I saw someone that I recognized walking their dog across the street. I almost like cried. I was just so happy to just be back home. It was weird. Anyways, so I'm super stoked to be back home. I don't want to leave, and I'm very introverted, so I'm probably gonna spend the next week just like in my shell drawing and just being alone for a while because there were so many people and I'm tired. So, but I figured I would do an update for you guys. I haven't been around for a while. I want you to know that I'm sorry. Like I want to make videos so bad, and I want to be posting things for you guys to check out. But yeah, that's what's been happening, and I'm gonna be jumping back into everything and doing everything full swing. The shop, my store Envy shop, is back open, so I'm gonna put a link to that below. There's no new prints up there at the moment, but the next couple weeks I'm gonna be busting my butt and working on a bunch of new stuff, and that's gonna be posted up soon. Also, I'm going to be doing a bunch of little originals. I'm going to be finishing up a couple tattoo commissions, like I said. And I have plans to get stickers in the near future. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be updating my Redbubble site so you guys can buy skirts and stuff with patterns and whatnot on it. I'm going to be doing a lot more fan art stuff, so like Korra stuff. I want to do some Pokemon stuff and all that. So expect that. I'm going to be finishing that Sailor Moon painting soon. What else? Just a bunch of stuff is going to be happening soon, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to just draw nonstop. I'm so happy. I'm just so happy to be back here. But yeah, so things. Also, speaking of smiling, I am hopefully within the next year gonna be able to go in to see a dentist for the first time in, nope, I'm not gonna say, let's just say more than 5 years, and I'm gonna have them have a gander at things because I still have a baby tooth, and it is not doing so well, so I'm gonna get that taken out, and which really sucks because then I'll have 2 gaps. There used to be a baby tooth here, and they took that out a long time ago, back when I think my dad was gonna pay for braces and he bailed, so I never got braces, so I never got the second tooth pulled out. So I'm gonna be paying for my own braces. And it's not because I care about the vanity aspect of everything. The gap used to bug me. Now I don't mind all too much. I think it's what makes me unique. I think we care a little bit too much about perfection in this day and age. So I am gonna be going in because it's starting to hurt, and like I have wisdom teeth in there that need taken out, and they are starting to hurt, and there's so much upkeep, and then like my bite is completely crooked now, and I see that my mouth, like my face, is actually crooked from it, and it hurts back there because the adult tooth that was at the top of my mouth goes behind my bottom teeth, and the rest of my top teeth go in front. So it just kind of hurts, and it's a pain in the ass, and I just want it to be not like that anymore. That's a thing that's going to be happening. And another slice of big news is we kind of found out that my uncle has the same sort of ideals as us about what we want to do in terms of like where we want to live and everything. And we really want to start like, not a commune, but we want to have it so that all of our family can kind of be on the same general property. And I know there's like a lot of laws about it and everything, so we've done a ton of research about how to go about doing it. And anyways, my uncle, he works in the oil field, and he doesn't want to be doing it forever, but he makes a lot of money doing it, and he wants to do the same thing we want to do. So he wants to go in on a big plot of land, because you can't just, like, it's so impossible to find just like an acre of land for yourself, and it's always like the price is always jacked up. So we're gonna find like 30 acres or something and go in on it together, and then if anyone else in our family wants to buy pieces of the land, they can, so we can all kind of live together. And Lopi and I for years now have been researching about cob houses and earth ships and gray water systems and just self-sustainable living. So that's our long-term plan, basically. And we did the math, and Uncle said that we should make about $850 more than what we're making now per month, and then we could go in on the plot of land. And he said we could stay in his trailer while we are building our house, which is awesome because a cob house takes a long time to build. So really, really, really excited about that. It's like my dream to have my own like slice of land and just make it into a paradise. Like I want to make it into something so just magical. Like I want a garden, and I want to have all that stuff in my house. I want it to be the weirdest place ever. Like I want a tower with like a library at the top and just like one single seat like into the ground, and like I want to have like a little loft. I want to have a little courtyard going from like my studio to my house. Like I want to make it so amazing, and I want to document all of it. So I'd be recording the entire thing, and I would be sharing it on here. So I'd be showing everything that I know and everything that I learned, and I'd be documenting it for anyone else who wants to do the same thing. So I'm super, super excited about that. And I'm just gonna move this stuff out of the way. So yeah, that's something that's in the works and will hopefully happen eventually. And I think that's about it. That's pretty much everything that's happening with our lives right now. We are going to be busting our asses for like the next couple of years to pay everything off that we want to pay off. Like our car is probably the biggest thing. It was a huge kerfluffle of an ordeal of how and why we got that car, and it's probably the only thing in my life that I regret doing. Like never ever buy a new car. So we're trying to like pay that off as soon as possible, and we're trying to pay off our school stuff as soon as possible, because I took that class for graphic design, and I was like robbed from it. It was horrible. And then Lopi's schooling was expensive. He did the programming, and he also was going to school to be a teacher, and I think he even did a class on astronomy. Yeah. So yeah, got a bunch of stuff to pay off, but we're doing pretty good. Like, we're actually able to pay things off now, which is amazing. I'm so happy. And we're just being frugal about stuff. Like, everything I buy is pretty much secondhand for the most part, which I like because I think we waste too much and we use too much as is. So I'm pretty crazy about making sure if I can buy something secondhand, I will. So yeah, that and things. So I think that's pretty much it. That's like an entire life update. We're super stoked to be back home. Just excited about everything. I'm going to be doing lots of drawings, and I'm going to be doing lots of videos, and one of my upcoming videos, which I'm actually pretty excited about, is my drawing improvement video. And I'm basically going to be showing you guys pictures that I drew from when I was like 4 or 5 to now, because my mom passed off a bunch of old stuff of mine, so I have all of my old drawings. So that'll be something I'll show you guys, and let me know what videos you guys want to see. I'm gonna do a tattoo video because I got almost a full sleeve now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. There's a squirrel over there. Oh my god, he just ran away as soon as I pointed it over. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do a tattoo video, and I want to do tutorial videos, but I want to know like what kind of tutorial videos you guys are into, what you want to see. I hope this video wasn't too long for you guys. I was trying to think about how I could tell you everything in a very short time period, but I couldn't, so bleh. Anyways, I'm going to get stuff done, and then I'm gonna sit and draw and binge watch the crap out of my YouTube artists that, or YouTube uploader peoples that I have not been able to watch while I was away. I'm excited. Watch some Jelly Bee and some Bailey J stuff. I'm excited. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will probably, my next video will probably be that drawing improvement video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next video.